Hello everyone. As you could hear from past video about my experience on the internet and the internet earnings, I do not suggest to go right away on internet unprepared. Before that are needed few steps, and one of those steps is internet protection, which starts on your own computer or on device you use. I will try to cover that all, but on simple way. So if you will have more questions, feel free to ask later. I will not cover here how to put operating system on your PC because people use different ones. Just simple note, I am not one of those that has internet plugged in during installation. I prefer to install system, set up all, and then I go online. This is part from which we will start now. Let's say that you have new phone or computer and you have fresh operating system. So you are still not connected online, or if you are, you wonder what is best next. Here are a few steps. First thing we will check is computer privacy. Some people have activated location, camera or microphone, but you may not like that. So we will check more about that. First, click on Start, then check Settings, and after that we will go to Privacy. You will see Windows Settings area, and let's check what we will see here. As you can see, you have here a lot of areas which you can deactivate. To be honest, you can deactivate most of that, except maybe in background apps you can leave Windows protection activated. And I do not know, under voice activation and microphone, if you are a gamer, you can have that activated also. Rest is up to you. Next, what we can check is control over remote assistance. I do not know if you use that or not, but if you are a regular user and you do not need any assistance, we can check that. In that case, you can go in File Explorer here, press this PC, and then go here under Properties. When you press that, you will see Basic System Information, and there you can check Remote Assistance. You will see this screen, System Properties. Under Remote Assistance, press this, and under Advanced, you can see next screen. Under Remote Control, remove checkmark if here. Under Invitations, set parameters to minimum and remove any invitations created here, any checkmark if it's here. When you have done that and no checkmark here, press OK. Remove checkmark from here under Remote Assistance, and be sure that under Remote Desktop you don't have allowed any remote connections to this computer. If checkmark is here, press Apply, and that should be it. Press OK. Next, we have to check network sharing, and that's actually very important area, because if you want to share something with other computer or device, it's better to do it under controlled conditions with password. So yeah, I suggest to do it. You can go to File Explorer again, go to this PC, and then press Properties again. You will then see Basic System Information screen. There you can press Control Panel. You'll see this screen. Then go to Network and Internet. Network and Sharing Center. Here you can press on Change Advanced Sharing Settings. And yeah, that's it. Under All Networks, be sure that you have turned on password protected sharing. That has to be on. Use 128-bit encryption to help protect file sharing connections recommended. Have this. Turn off public folder sharing. That has to be off. Under guest or public, turn off network discovery and turn off file and printer sharing. That has to be both off. Under private, turn off network discovery and turn off file and printer sharing. If that's all as it should to be, then press Save Changes if you can. If not, that's probably set already. There is one more area about remote. You can go to Windows Settings, then to System, and then go to Remote Desktop. Here you can set it to off if you do not want to have remote access from other device. That is option you want to have to off. Next, what we will do is browser setup. You have more browsers, so setup can be on different places, but yeah, it will be similar. So in this case I will use Google Chrome. We will do basic setup. I will show you about history and basic setup about privacy control, and also you should switch off payment info, because browser can store that and fill that automatically, and I suggest to have that off. You have more browsers. You can have Firefox, Chrome, Edge, Internet Explorer, but that's on you. You will see it's similar on all. You just have to find, but that's not that hard. You'll see. So go in Google Chrome in this case. Under X you have setup. You'll see. Then over help usually you have settings. Click, or I don't know, depends on your browser, but find settings. Then you see passwords or payment info. Be sure you do not have passwords included. That is very important, especially if you do internet marketing, because if you store passwords, there is bigger chance that you can be hacked, or I don't know, but I really suggest to store your passwords on a safe place, and if you have it on computer, be sure that is in some file which is blocked by some password. I don't know, but yeah. Also, automatic sign in, I suggest to have that off also. It's on you, but yeah, it's better to be sure, but it's on you. After that, you can go to erase data about searching or cookies. Here go to advanced, not basic, advanced, and put it to full time. Yeah, to full time. And here include all check marks. That's important. And erase data. You have to understand one thing. You do not know which sites you will visit, what they collect, so this is for your good. Erase cookies if needed after each site, if needed. Because, as I said, you do not know what they store. You do not know, depending on what will your uh, antivirus block. You do not know what they store, what tried to get in your computer, so yeah, it's best to clear that data, just to be sure. You do not know what people advertise, what people use on those sites. You do not know how those sites are protected, so yeah, that's the best way. Please erase cookies and the data from that storage area on a regular basis. After that, you can go to security. Please use at least standard security, if needed advanced security, but do not put off security. Standard security is something on default. Please at least use that. And secure DNS. That's basics. You can do anything. This is just for preview here. After that, you can go to setup of web location, and here you can block location, camera, microphone, notifications, cookies. If you block all, maybe some sites will not work, but you will see it's best to block all. Java, you can allow that because some sites will not work, but that's on you. You can put off that also, block it, depends on you. Flash, you can also block. Pictures, depends on you, but then you will not see almost any or any. And yeah, pop-ups, block that too. You have more, but rest depends on you. This is about basics. I hope this helped to you. Next step will be to connect on the internet. When your firewall asks you to pick which type of network you use and you are on home network, then you pick home network. But if your firewall asks you to block some network, then you have to block public network because you are probably not on public network and you need to block public network in such case. There is two things on which you have to pay attention and read what your firewall asks you. So if asks you to block some of the networks, then you block public. If asks you to pick which you use, then you pick that you use local network. That's home network. Yeah, that's important to read and to understand. Reason I do not know what your firewall will ask you is because some people use third-party firewalls and some use default OS firewalls. What's the difference? Well, third-party firewalls can be very good. You can optimize them very good, like Zone Alarm. But difference is that OS firewall is very fast, very good optimized, and still is not so bad. You can optimize it on your own in advanced areas, but I have not seen that, for example, Windows Firewall crashes at all. Yeah, so you have to pay attention on those two things and you will see what's best for you. Most of you probably have at least one more additional device like smartphones, laptops, tablets and similar, so you'll follow next few steps. For start, use only local and trusted networks with WPA2 AS protection with long password. There is more to set up both in router and computer, but for start that is fine. Avoid free shared networks because often they ask for permissions, and if you have sensible and private data on your devices, you should avoid that. Same as on computer, be sure that you have some protection program on your device like antivirus. I assume that you have clean smartphone in the first place, so this tutorial is best for new devices because you will follow now sensible steps. On your phone you probably have SIM pin. That's cool, especially if you often shut down your device, and on every activation it will ask you for pin. That's cool point, but mostly you will need more protection. So most smartphones have settings icon like that, something similar to that, and once you go inside I suggest to follow a few steps. Under privacy and security, something like that, similar to that, you will have option to choose either fingerprint, password, or face recognition, maybe something more, I don't know. So yeah, please set up something like that, both for programs and your screen. I suggest that because when your phone goes in blank mode, you can activate it then only with one of those once you press button. And yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, when you go under that, you can go also, you probably have something similar to locking your application or something like that. When you go inside, you'll be asked to check which application you want to lock. I don't know what's important to you and what not, but I suggest to lock your contacts, your pictures, your protection, your payment method, your, I don't know, last calls, messages, all sensible data. And yeah, as in every aspect of your life, you have to be sure to who you trust. Do not give your phone to someone, I don't know, who you do not know. If you do, please control what he does with your phone, because once you unlock it, he can go in your contacts or I don't know. Yeah, be sure to who you trust and what you do with your phone. If you give it to someone, please be sure you watch what he does. And yeah, lock your internet icon also, so that no one can access just like that, if possible, if you can do that, but that's something what I suggest. Same goes for computers. On computers you can encrypt your data, you can put password on your data, on your folders, files and similar. And yeah, please, but really please put some login password on your computer every time you turn it on. That's important to say because that's first line of defense on your computer, and it's important. It's really important. But for all people who watch this, also update your protection and your device, both of them. Finally, now it's time to pick some antivirus for you. That can be free version, that can be paid version, it's up to you. But if you can find one with VPN, that's even better. So yeah, let's go to your browser. And you can put some name. That can be Avast, that can be Avira, that can be Bitdefender, Norton, Kaspersky, it's up to you. Pick something. And be sure that you go to original and trusted link. And yeah, then you can download. And that's it. I hope you will like my work. I hope it will help you, and yeah, stay tuned. In next video we will talk a bit more about internet earnings, and yeah, I really think with my experience I will help you there a bit more. Have fun.